One of my favorite things to do, fall, winter, all the way through the winter, all the way into the spring till usually water temp gets into the low 60s, is just throw a crankbait. It's when fish get on the bottom, there's something about it. They cannot stand a crankbait in cooler weather. But usually in the fall of the year, into winter, for me, it's a shad pattern crankbait. Little bitty guy, we've got a lot of small bait this time of the year, man. They just absolutely love this thing. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Dude, I was whining it when he bit it. Think cold water bass, you gotta be reeling it slow. I was whining, he smoked it. That's a good one too. That's wild. Yeah, you think cold water bass, you wanna be reeling it slow, and I was cranking that baby when he ate it. Be still. Come here. Hold on. I don't want a treble hook in my mouth. In my hand. In your, golly. Come here. Awesome, man. Cold bass, little bitty crankbaits. I don't know how many, like 20 plus pound bags I've caught on this crankbait around the house in cold weather. There you go. Awesome. Wintertime bass fishing. Most of our lakes these days, man, are, whew, they're pressured, to say the least, with the growth of high school and college fishing. Just the number of tournaments, the number of people fishing these days. You gotta have a bait to trick them. Seems like one way to do that, one way to get more bites and plenty of big bites if you get around the right size fish, is smaller baits. And that's something I've really adjusted to the last few years, is getting a lot smaller. Whether my soft plastics or this little crankbait I'm throwing right here, your highly pressured fish, they're still gonna bite these small baits when you get around them. Oh, hold on a sec, I got a tank, dude. Big one, like really big one. Really big one, dude. Giant big one. Here he comes up. Oh, that's awesome, dude. He smoked it. We got a bait for him. Oh, that's a big one, man. That's a really big one. Like I said, little crankbaits, big bass. This one right here is gonna be a minute. Ate it, man. Like the bait's gone. Everybody thinks you gotta throw these big baits to catch big bass, and that's couldn't be further from the truth. I'm gonna have to get this one right here in the seat beside you. Come here. Whew. That's awesome, man. Fall, winter cranking. It's gone. Everybody thinks when the water gets cold that you want to reel your baits extremely slow. That's the rule in wintertime cold water cranking. And today, you know, we're out here, cold water. It's been 30 degrees every night the last few nights. And the fish are, I mean, they're being stubborn, honestly. And I picked up my retrieve. I'm actually pretty much burning this thing now, and they're eating it. So it's a little tip to remember when you're cranking cold water, don't just assume that you've got to creep it to get a bite. A lot of times speeding it up gets that extra reaction bite you need. Makes them react to it. He either had to eat it or let it go, and he wasn't going to pass it up. They don't get a good look at it. Again, the bass are, most of your lakes are keyed in on small shad. And of course your points are great. If you've got some lake they're drawing down, anything around the ditch is usually good. Usually your bait and your bass will back out to it. But one thing that I love to do fall, winter, pretty simple, even in the spring, is just chase the wind. Again, right now we're sitting here fishing a point and the wind's blowing on it. The shad are pushed up and so are the bass. Oh, begging, dude, giant. Here he comes. He's not as big as the other one. He's just meaner. He's a pretty good one though. I mean, I'm burning it, man. The water's cool, and that's how they're eating it. I'm getting bit, reeling it slow, but I'm getting a lot more bites, reeling it fast. It's a fat little booger right there. Come here, buddy. Look at the gut on that thing. Feeding up for fall. That's crazy. Yeah, as you can see, as fast as I'm reeling it, they're not having a problem getting all the hooks in their mouth. Man, that's a chunky joker. See ya. Yep, remember retrieve speed. Everybody thinks cold water, you want to reel it slow, and that's just not always the case. One thing, and again, to me, it all goes back to pressured fish. I think the faster you can pick up your retrieve on this stuff, the less opportunity they have to see the bait. And they, instead of having 2 seconds with a bait coming by them to make that decision on whether to eat or not, they have a split second, and a feeding bass isn't going to say no. I mean, they're going to eat it.